Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to say it's Monsoon Monday, but it's Friday. So, like, holy cow, out there, it's really, really bad.
Just a couple more hours.
I know. You know, it's funny because I'm wearing my rain boots, which I would show all of you, but it's really kind of, you don't want to see that. And then, but I brought my sneakers. I'm like, I'm not wearing these rain boots all day long when the sun's going to come out late. Well, I don't know if the sun's coming out. That's
I think it's going to stop raining. I don't know about the sun.
Stop running. Yeah. I didn't want to get my new white sneakers that I bought myself all dirty and gross in the rain, you know.
Good thinking.
It's not fun. So anyway.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. It is.
I am here. I know I'm blended into the
background. Tom's trying to do his like disappearing act.
I missed my wardrobe call this morning.
It's Friday. What day of the month is it? It's Friday the 25th of March. Holy cow. Oh no, February. Thank
Easy
goodness.
there, cowboy.
I know, right? Because Spinnaker would be over if it was the 25th of March.
And I would have missed 10 days of skiing.
Oh, we can't have that, Tom.
No, not at all. That would be a disaster.
So you're listening to EMAC's Chamber Chat, Meet Our Members. And we have our member today, Judy Crook from Kaleidoscope Interior Design. We are at a Shared Universe podcast studio in their new Red Bank location.
Beautiful spot.
So if you hear me going, it's because I had climbed the stairs twice, and I'm not super good at that. So, yeah, I figured I'd fess up right away that I'm out of shape.
Okay.
You know, we'll just start it out that way.
Okay.
So we had an awesome event Tuesday night.
We did.
We did a joint Chamber of Commerce business after hours with Jersey Shore Chamber of Commerce
at Sonesta Hotel.
Sonesta Select Hotels, which is on Hope Road, right by the Applebee's. You know, they put out a beautiful spread.
They did. The bar's really nice. I was impressed because I hadn't been there since they've rebranded and remodeled, and it's beautiful space.
Very nice, so friendly, the whole staff. We had about 60 plus people with us between the two chambers, which was great networking, which was coming off of our event the Thursday before at Murphy's, a totally different venue, Murphy's Tavern, which is an old speakeasy that was originally built in 1919, truly in the basement of a house in a residential section in Rumson. Been there forever, locally owned, 2 owners and operators, workers, the whole thing. And we had our EMAC's Next Generation event there. And then, let's see, that was fun. We had close to 30 people that night. Yeah, we really did.
That's a good crowd for that. Yeah. I wasn't there, so.
Yeah, no, they closed it for us, so it was private, which
that's
was
a good
really
size,
nice.
I think.
And we had like 30 people, maybe even more. Really fun night. Darts, shuffleboard. Shuffleboard? Yeah. No. Yeah, that's what that is up on top? Okay, what's the thing on the ground?
That's shuffleboard also.
Oh, it's both?
Yeah,
okay.
Both shuffleboard.
So we were playing like the handyman shuffleboard. Like we were playing the upscale shuffleboard where we didn't have to bend over and hurt ourselves.
Right.
Okay. Right. All right. That's what I was wondering.
The bar version.
The bar version. I didn't play anyway, so it doesn't matter.
It's probably called indoor shuffleboard as opposed to outdoor.
Outdoor shuffleboard?
Yeah, outdoors with the sticks and.
Yeah. You know what? I met someone the other night. I have to say it's fascinating. Totally off subject, but it's me. We do talk to you. I swear, Judy. You know, while they're comfortable and see what we do, right? So I met somebody who actually does curling. I grew up in New Hampshire, and I never knew anybody who curled. The country club my family belonged to had a curling rink, but I didn't know anybody who ever used it. I met somebody who actually curled the other night.
That's funny.
It's very exciting. Anyway. She was using all the words that I just looked up on the internet because I was trying to figure it out from the Olympics. Anyway, so let's thank our corporate sponsors. I wrote them down this time, Tom, so I don't mess them up.
I'm sure they'll be so impressed.
They will. So first we want to thank Packaging Distribution Resources. They are providing leading business solutions and warehouse distribution, and they're located in Island. They have warehouses in Florida and another location near Island. Their main headquarters is in Island, New Jersey. Really nice, very supportive of the chamber, and we appreciate them immensely. And then we want to thank Nissan City of Red Bank. They have transparent pricing, efficient processing, and the respect you deserve.
Good.
They are locally family-owned and operated. They treat all their customers like family, which they really do. If you've ever been in there and watched it, I've yet to buy a car there, but I love to go there. It is a fun place to be.
They're so friendly. They take such good care of us when we're there. We had an event there.
Yeah, we had an event there. They were awesome.
We're thinking about doing it again.
Yeah, I just heard that conversation recently.
Because they did such a great job.
Yeah.
So welcoming to us.
Yeah, and we had actually at our ENG event, we had Mike Morello there to speak, and it was hysterical because it was his first networking event, and he didn't really want to speak about Nissan. And so I said, well, I'll do it. Of course, I got it wrong. So he had to like jump in and correct me. It was really very funny. So they're located at 120 Newman Springs Road in Red Bank, and we thank them for their support as well. And then we're going to do something new today.
We are.
We are. Not. It doesn't take long, I promise.
Okay.
Okay. But
she scares me when she says she's going to do something new. You just never know.
I just never know. But I just want to say, we have been growing a lot.
Yes.
And it's been exciting because we were growing during the pandemic because people were seeing what we were offering, that we were still in business, that we had valuable resources for them. So that was very organic. And then in October, we had our huge membership drive. That's when Judy joined us, I believe,
That's
right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, we've been growing and growing, and we've just stayed with that consistently. So we want to take the last podcast of the month and welcome our previous month's joiners.
Okay, good.
So
You have a list.
I do have a list because I can remember a lot, but not this.
Please share the list.
I will share
right
the list.
away.
So in January, we had the Connection Inc.,
Right?
Highlink Technologies,
Mm-hmm.
Investors Bank in Middletown.
Okay.
And in February, we had RSVP Advertising in New Jersey, which actually just sent an e-blast
I saw
out
it.
yesterday
I saw
that he's
it.
offering a discount for his first mailing to EMAC
I
members.
saw it.
Ace Handyman Services in Monmouth County.
Okay.
Willents, Goldman, and Spitzer. Peter Herman is the
Cool.
attorney there who's been coming to our events. Exit Realty East Coast Commercial.
Okay.
RMS Title and Appraisal.
Right.
Absolute Home Mortgage Corporation. Team Cook, which is kind of like Judy Crook and Team Cook. You guys might get to know each other because those people might need new designs.
Oh, okay.
Their clients.
Great.
That would be a good hookup. Okay, and then PCS, LLC, and Town Square Ignite.
Oh, finally.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Only if Kevin was listening to that, was that directed at him. But yes, we're very excited. So it's, that's a lot of members to have join us in the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And,
for the beginning of any year,
the
let
beginning of
alone
any
the years
year.
we've come from.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And we're going to cover, I have a flyer. Isn't it cute? Anyway.
They can't see it.
I know they can't see it.
I can't even see it.
And so far, no one's even said good morning, so we don't even know if anybody's watching live right now, but we hope they are. Let us know you're watching us live so we can say hi to you. So our events for March.
Please do.
I knew you were dying to know.
I am.
Okay.
I am
March 9th, we have our business networking breakfast at Middletown Arts Center. It's being sponsored by Aflac, Christopher Yim.
Okay.
Our subject is social media. Is it part of your business plan? So we have the people from Direct Development. They're coming to talk about why you need to plan your social media. A lot of people think social media.
It just doesn't just happen?
No, Tom, it doesn't just happen.
You have to plan it.
You have to plan it.
And you need somebody to help you plan it.
Well, you need to know how to plan it, and these people know how to plan it because it's what they do. So they're going to teach you. And,
But if I didn't want to do it, I could have them do it.
Oh, you could hire them. Yes, I'm sure you
Just
could.
checking.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could do that.
Okay.
They could do that and many other things for you because they are a PR communications firm.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, we're doing that on March 9th from 8 to 9. We would love to see anybody there join us. We've had numbers have been growing and people, we found out since the pandemic, people work remote. Nobody wants to get up and get dressed and come out in the morning anymore. It's a totally new thing that we would never used to have. Our breakfast used to be gigantic. People would come, start their day, go to work. Now they're like, oh, heck no, I'm not getting out of my sweats. Sweats are welcome. Bring your coffee, come in your PJs. We're just happy to see it. We have no expectations. We just want you to have the opportunity to meet other people and hear some valuable information. So we'll come as you are. I always want to have one of those come as you are parties. You call up in 5 minutes, be here in 10 minutes, no matter, and you don't have time to change or get ready. I like that. Then on March 23rd, we're having Spinnaker.
Yes.
Spinnaker is our big award ceremony. We have people registering daily to come. We'll have over 200 people there that night. It's at the Gramercy in Hazlitt on 36.
Right.
Hazlitt, right? That's where they are. And we are really looking forward to that. We have a gazillion sponsors for that, which it would take the entire podcast to thank all of them, but they have been amazing and supportive for us. And then we are having a new event.
We are.
We are on March 31st. We've been talking about our Health and Wellness Committee for a while now. Many of the members have been on here to talk about what they're doing. They've been working on really getting to know each other and how they're interacting their businesses together. One I know, for example, like Yoga 6 did not have a studio open, but DNC did. So DNC allowed Yoga 6 to use their studio for a couple of sample classes. And so they've kind of all been working together. They've been, doing all sorts of different stuff, working together. They've really gotten to know each other. Well, now they are going to share their wealth of knowledge with the rest of us.
Cool.
We greatly appreciate it. So it's their open event, their first committee open event. It's going to be at Soul Focus on March 31st from 5 to 7. It is hosted, presented, and sponsored by Soul Focus.
Great.
So come, they really are a great example of how they're networking together. I think anybody who comes to meet them will hear about that and enjoy learning
I
about
love the idea that they're working together. That's you know me. I'm always talking about being part of the business community. That's by definition.
And you would think like, oh my gosh, some of them are, well, why won't somebody come to my gym? Why won't somebody come to my gym? They're like, no, we can have everybody get a full round fitness. So they're really working for the overall, their passion is the people and health. So they're really using their businesses to help each other grow so that everybody can be serviced, which I think is, key to the success of a chamber. And we have one other little sponsorship we might want to mention today. It's our podcast sponsor.
Really?
Tom.
Oh.
Tell us about our podcast sponsorship. Hi, Joe Gersbach. Did you hear us say welcome to RSVP Marketing? So anyway, Tom, tell us about your sponsorship.
So I just thought it'd be a great idea to help promote the podcast, that we would have a sponsor, because we had not had sponsors in the past. And we said, okay, if we were to sponsor the podcast, we get some social media out of it. We get some more clicks, some more likes, some more of that kind of stuff, which we haven't done a great job. We're still learning how to do that, but I think we're going to do better and better at that. And so I said, let me be the guinea pig, so to speak, and I'll jump in and say, okay, I'll be the sponsor. We'll see how this works.
And what have we done for you, Tom?
So we've done some social media promotion through the chamber. So part of the fee that I pay for my sponsorship goes to buy some promotion online.
Very specific, targeted promotion to your specific industry and your business. So you get to help design what you want to target.
Sure. So specifically, I work with widows or soon-to-be widows. So that's basically who we target. So I'm a financial advisor, for those of you that don't know, and there are probably 300,000 financial advisors in the country. So it's a big, wide open field, and we all don't do the same thing. Often people think we do, but we don't. And some of us specialize in a very particular small segment of the population, and that's kind of where I am. And so targeting that is important. Instead of just saying, oh, need a financial advisor? Yeah, here's 300,000 of them. Need somebody that's to work with your mom who's a new widow? Yeah, there's only a few of us.
Right. And so that's what we do with our social media our social media marketing for the podcast sponsor.
Correct.
So we don't have one for March or April yet. So anybody who's interested in taking part of this, it is a great way to promote your business. Tom will be happy to tell you more details as to why he feels this is important.
Unless, of course, I buy one of them.
Well, there's always that option. I kind of think you should, Tom. I think we could get some more data for us and, let us know how successful.
Somehow I think this is going to turn into the year.
Well, Tom, if you do the year, we might be happy to give you a little extra just for that.
Okay.
So
extras are
good.
That's good.
And hey, Tom, do it for me, please.
Oh, come on.
Come on, please. It's the best.
All right.
You want people to know who you are? This is how people know who you are.
So what Jennifer's talking about is my tagline. She loves my tagline. So my tagline is protecting your family's wealth from predators, creditors, and senators.
Right. I mean, look at Judy's smile. Like, yeah, you gotta say it, Tom. It's the best. It's the best.
That's a really good one.
Isn't it?
It sure is.
So that brings us to Judy.
Good morning.
Judy. This is Judy Crook from Kaleidoscope Interior Design, and welcome to our podcast.
Thank you for having me here today.
We're
this
happy
is
to have
lovely.
You. We're going to do before we talk about what you do, since we've been talking about the chamber, why don't you let us know what drew you in October, what drew you to join us and be part of us?
Well, as a new business in the community, I definitely wanted to get out and meet and get to know the people in my community. And the chamber interested me because of its location, the energy that you have in the chamber, the support from the people in the chamber. I just liked everybody that I had met. So I had wanted to join. I saw the promotional offers that you had for October, and it was really fun. I did a radio ad, and also had an ad published in a journal magazine.
Yeah, so we worked with our partners, Press Communications, to have they offered radio advertisement to our new members that joined that month, the first 10 that joined that month. And then the journal magazine also promoted you. I guess you got to pick which journal you wanted to put your ad in.
Yes.
So
correct.
target more to you,
Right.
which was great. And they've been really helpful working with us. So we love our partners.
I love it when they work with our members. That's
right. That's what they meant. We love our partners.
I mean, yeah, we love our partners, but we really, really like it
when they work with our members. Yeah,
Right. And they all did such a great job in working with me too. They were all very professional, and I loved the work that they did.
Good. And then, so you got really involved right away too, because then you joined a committee.
You did.
She did.
Wow.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen often. No, it doesn't happen often enough. That's
Right.
fantastic.
Tell us about your committee. What committee are you on,
Well,
Judy?
I just decided I would jump right in and go for it. So I'm on the Women in Business Committee for the Chamber. I've met some wonderful people in doing so, and it makes me happy to be a part of the growth of that committee.
Yeah, because that's our new one, and we jumped
our
right
newest,
in from the
right? Yeah.
beginning. Yeah, it's our newest committee. Yeah. So happy to have you as part of
And you had an
it.
event.
An event in January. We're working on our next one, April 4th.
Okay.
April 4th or April 11th. I get the 2 dates mixed up. Oh my gosh, Shannon's going to shoot me. Do you
I
remember?
think the 4th is our meeting.
And the 11th is our event. Okay.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I try to.
Not that I'm trying to get invited, because I know I'm not.
God, these men, they want to come to our Women in Business event. I just don't get it. I don't blame them because it's awesome, but just won't. It's just not that.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's why I brought it up. I know.
Yeah.
To be in a room full of smart women.
Smart
Who
women.
want to do that?
Smart women who bare their souls because they really feel comfortable being able to share without the men there.
Right.
Yeah. There's still
It
that
really
weird
is.
dynamic between male professionals and female professionals, and where that, do you have to act more like a man as a woman? And this allows women to just be very comfortable with other women. So it's kind of cool.
Sounds like a topic, actually.
Oh, it is a tough.
how
For
to-
women or for men or for a joint?
Well,
for a joint.
Yeah. I'll have to lead the other one. Like, fellas, stop being a jerk.
You really are good. I mean, like, seriously, you really do not. People share everything with you anyway, so it's pretty awesome. But
Oversharing, maybe, but yes.
well, some of us do that.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
So, but no, it sounds like a topic to help folks that aren't as confident in dealing with that element of being out. That's what I mean as a topic.
Yes. Oh, I like that. Okay, we'll have to
Right, I
mark
think
that
it would be a
down.
good discussion. Yeah.
Yeah.
To have. Most definitely. Great idea.
Yeah. So, Judy's an interior designer, and she brought us some awesome stuff to talk about. But one of the things I think that makes Judy, first of all, what makes Judy different, I think, is her choice of a name for a company, Kaleidoscope. I mean, if you think of a kaleidoscope, it is everything into different designs, and in 2 seconds you can turn it and it looks like something else. And it was a fascinating name. Is that why you picked it, or you just always liked kaleidoscopes?
Actually, I spent about 3 years coming up with a name, and that was a name that kind of kept coming back and standing out. For that reason, that it's sort of ever changing. It takes on different forms. You can merge the colors, overlap them. And then it's also because kaleidoscope means that there's sort of this unlimited opportunity for design. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then the second thing I think that makes you very unique, and a lot of people are not aware of, is your certifications. So can you tell us a little bit about your certifications?
Yes, thank you, Jennifer. A lot of people don't know this. I think our general population knowledge and thinking about what an interior decorator is versus an interior designer, I think it's all one and the same, but it's all very different. I'm a state certified interior designer, which not only do I love to decorate, which a decorator often does, but I also have a qualified education and training in the field of interior design. With that said, there are many different principles that an entire interior designer can do, everything from construction drawings and specifications, which a lot of people don't know, understanding material properties and where they came from, how they're made, what the applications are, where the best ways to use these types of materials. acoustics, environmental impact, ergonomics, using the principles of design and color, light, all of these things. But then to take it a step further to become a state certified interior designer, after meeting all those requirements for education and work experience, I have to apply to sit for the NCIDQ exam. That's a voluntary exam. Many designers don't even take their career to that level. But the NCIDQ exam is to interior designers what the bar exam is to lawyers, or the ARE exam is to architects. So it tests our knowledge of the design work that we do, but also ensures that we know how to apply building codes and accessibility, and which is your ADA, right? It's a 3-part exam. Once you pass this exam, you can apply to the State Board of Architects, and they verify your work experience. You have to have recommendations from other licensed professionals. You have to have passed that exam, and then they certify you as a state certified interior designer, which means you're registered with the state, just as a licensed architect would be, or a contractor.
You said something in the beginning, which was something I never thought of, because actually I was a fashion merchandising major in college, because I do so much with that now. But anyway, so creation, design, color, all that kind of stuff. And when we redid our house a while ago, I'm like, oh, well, I kind of know what I'm doing. I had to study some of this. I put wall tile on my bathroom floor. Do you know how many times I've fallen in my bathroom? Properties of the materials is really important. So if you don't know that...
Right.
It doesn't matter if the color's pretty. If it's not effective, it's not a good idea.
Or safe.
Or safe.
Right,
yeah.
Right, and that's so important, and that's one of the things a certified interior designer is trained and tested on, is their ability to address health, safety, and welfare.
Yeah, so I wish I had known you all those years ago, because,
Yes.
would have saved a couple of bruises on the bathtub here,
For sure.
Yeah, but it's okay. We've
okay.
managed to weather through it.
I'm glad you're here.
I always want to use that example because it was so stupid. What was I thinking?
Yeah, well, a lot of
Especially
these things we don't know.
Especially when I shower in really, really hot water, and then Ray comes upstairs and says, the ocean called, and she'd like her water back. I mean, really long, hot showers, so the floors get pretty slippery, too. So anyway,
Right.
what's your passion behind design? Like, what got you interested, and where did that kind of,
Start?
yeah.
Actually started
Was it in
when
your
I was
Barbie dream
young.
house?
It kind of was, to be honest with you. Very good guess. I kind of love the idea of anything that's to scale,
Oh,
right?
Yeah, I know, right?
Anything miniature to scale at any scale or in large scale fascinates me.
That's cool.
But yeah, it kind of started with the Barbie dream house. My girlfriend and her mother was an artist, and my mother was a graphic designer. But we would spend a lot of times in her mother's art studio and making crafts of all sorts. And we one day promised we would go to school for the arts in Manhattan. And, this is my second career. So I finally got there.
Oh, good.
Right?
Okay. What about your friend?
Yeah.
Did she do it too?
She did for a different industry, but yeah, she went to Parsons just as
okay.
I did too. Yeah. So it started there, doing the arts and crafts. I would always rearrange my room as a kid. I took interior design in high school, and I really liked it. But I didn't pursue that path. I went in a different direction. Freight management and logistics is what I did.
Freight management and logistics.
Yeah.
This is so much more fun.
Yeah, this is way more fun, which is why I decided to go back to school.
Interior design, freight management. I don't know.
Right? Yeah. I can change lives. this way.
You can.
Right?
I'm sure you can have a great impact managing people's freight.
Especially now.
Sure.
Yeah, especially now. There's a lot of freight now.
Yeah, I also, one of the clients that I had was, we moved household goods for military families. So that was helpful.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Yeah, it was.
So, what's your, do you have I can't think of the word, philosophy?
That is a word, yes.
Is it a good philosophy, a design?
That's not the question I was going to ask. But go ahead.
Ask
go
your
ahead.
question then, because mine is that was born.
Well, I was going to say, is there any particular project that you really, really get into? So, like I said, I work with widows. That's we call it our niche. So, is there somebody or something, some type of project, something like that you really, really love doing?
Oh, that's hard to say. I think I love them all. It's really
It's
hard
like saying
to
which one's
say
your favorite
they
kid.
become, they become such a personal part of my life when I get involved in a project. I've worked on very large scale luxury hotels, and there's a really, humbling but yet this sense of importance in what you're doing when you're working with such a large team of architects and contractors and the brands themselves, that you're making a difference in the world. But then when you also bring it back down, taking that knowledge and bringing it to the homeowner who wouldn't normally have access to that type of knowledge is very rewarding. It's it just warms my heart.
So you would do both of those in your business now. You'll do work with both the very big and regular homeowners.
Yeah, I could do the very big. Right now, the focus of the company is residential.
Okay.
And smaller commercial, like your restaurants, fitness centers, spas, salons, entertainment halls, things like that. But I do have the experience and the knowledge to do much larger scale projects.
Yeah,
I think as my business grows,
to do the big
that
stuff.
I would like to be able to hire more qualified interior designers to work for me to help maybe get into the hospitality industry.
That's
okay.
I know you I'm fascinated. I'm sitting here going, "Ooh, what's going on in her little head?" It's fascinating. So I'll go back to the philosophy question, because do you have a philosophy behind your design?
For me, the philosophy behind design, just in general, is to improve quality of life. I think that if you're in a space that is not so pretty, you feel much different. Or if it doesn't function right, you're bumping into things, it's overcrowded. You can feel a sense of anxiety or uncomfort by being in that space. But when you create the space to be completely functional, safe, healthy, and beautiful, you change people's happiness level, right?
Yeah.
You bring them up and make them want to come back to a business because it was so cool and it made them feel really great, or to be happy to come home because they feel so comfortable in their environment.
It's their calm, quiet, safe space.
Their retreat.
It's really, I remember reading something a while ago, like, don't leave piles in your bedroom. Don't, make sure that everything's put away and you'll get a better night's sleep. And I tried that, and it's kind of true.
It's really true.
It's kind of like, because it's more zen. It's peaceful. Everything has its home. Everything is calm. You go in there and you can be calm.
Right. And it's not a distraction. You're not thinking, oh, I've got to do laundry.
Yeah.
Right.
Or definitely the laundry's not in the bedroom.
Which could stress you out.
Yeah,
or
definitely
whatever.
not. Laundry's somewhere way far away where maybe someone else will see it and you don't even have to do it yourself, which, I'm very lucky because my husband does the laundry too.
They used to have chutes that would send it to the basement.
I lived in one of those houses growing up, and it's so cool. It was kind of gross.
Right.
I mean, we didn't really use it, but you could do it. It was really cool.
Right.
You stuck the dirty towels down there. Anyway, so tell us about some of your things on your fancy tray.
Well,
unless you want to talk about something else at the moment.
No, actually, I'm sure I'd be happy to tell you about it. This is the material and fabric selections for a modern farmhouse design. I think a lot of times the assumption is we sort of find pillows and maybe some window treatments and wall coverings, but we actually qualified interior designer can actually help you with all the materials as well.
I like this one. What is this?
This is a wall covering, and it's a natural material, woven, and it's got a very subtle chevron pattern.
It's so cool. Tom, can you reach it? Can you feel it? It's like it's textured.
I can see that.
Yeah.
That's
Can I do this? Or is it going to pull out
Well,
everything?
it's gonna, yeah. And
I can't mess up the
yeah,
design,
oh,
but
yeah.
it's very cool.
But yeah, this one too also has stain resistance treatment on it. surprisingly.
So you wouldn't think so. I'd be like, oh my gosh, don't even breathe on there. If you sneeze, you'll leave a spot.
Right, yeah. So we think about that. A lot of the times, too, I do work with residential quality products, but I also work with contract quality products. And a lot of these are contract quality fabrics here. And so they're more durable. They're more less susceptible to any fading or staining, things like this. But they're going to last a lot longer, and they also still have that soft, luxurious feel of a residential fabric, right? And so that's an advantage. In fact,
of course,
this
I was like,
fur,
of course we have to touch the fur.
we could touch the fur. The fur. It's so soft.
Please tell us it's
the idea for this one. It's faux fur.
Thank
It
you.
is completely no.
I noticed Elaine was on there. If we didn't say it was faux fur, Elaine was about to leave.
No, only faux fur. This actually, so there's this test that they do to test durability of a fabric. And there's two different ones, but the main one that they use is the Weisenbeck Test. And so what they do is they take two metal plates and they slide them back and forth on top of the fabric, right?
Okay.
And that's how many double rubs the fabric can withstand. Oftentimes it can withstand more, but they've only paid for so much testing, they want it to meet a requirement. For residential goods, you might want a requirement of like 15,000 double rubs as a minimum. In hospitality and contract, you want 40 to 50,000 double rubs. This fur, this faux fur, is 100,000 double rubs.
So that's going to last you a long time, and it's going to look
so
good and pretty, well, and soft.
Right. And I mean, it was for this design purpose. It was a pillow, right? A series of pillows, but yeah. So
it wasn't a wall.
Wait. Can I just?
Yeah.
Like, I would just never come away from that. You
could make a
it's just
throw out
heaven.
of it.
It's so. Did you really? I mean, it's heavenly, right?
I get it. Yeah.
Get excited about the fur, Tom.
I thought it was a wall covering. So
You were just going to be like,
could put it on the wall.
yeah.
I'm thinking a door frame is
Judy.
what I was.
You could, because you can make upholstered wall panels.
Sure.
So why couldn't you make
Right? Next project might have a furry wall in
I
it
know,
for Judy.
right? Thanks for the idea. Do you need a furry wall top? Like a bear.
Yeah, like what is that from not Mowgli? What's the bear, Baloo? Who scratches his back on it? You can just say, oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
We tend to digress a bit on this show. It's one of those things.
That's okay. That was something fun to talk about.
Right? It's kind of what we do. We do silly stuff.
Right.
So I know you had other questions, and I'm not reading them off the top of my head.
So I just want to point
Oh.
out that this is probably floor tile, not wall tile.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what this is. I'm like, is this so that like? And actually, when you look at it in different light, it kind of has like a shimmer to it.
Yeah, this is, it's going to be hard to take it out. I don't know if we can see it. But this is a large format tile that I specified for the fireplace surround.
Ooh.
So it's 18 by 47, so you don't have all the grout lines and the seams.
So do you do it on the
Right.
bottom of the place or around the mantle
on the
in
wall, right? As a feature. Yeah, and it's porcelain, so it's extra durable. So
It looks like wood.
It does.
little bit, yeah.
It looks like wood.
I thought it was wood.
And it comes in different colors, of course. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
Cool. And I like the pop of green because you need to have a little color. 'cause
little
that's a lot of
color.
the same family, but a little
Right.
pop of color.
right, yeah. So the design intent was to keep everything really neutral, and then to add the pop of color with the green, which, did in a bench and.
Now all I want to do is
some
have you over
pillows.
to the office and let's buy a dollhouse. Like I really just like all I want to
do it.
So honestly, like I had to for my fashion merchandising degree. It was a 4-year degree. We actually did have to do many of those tests. We had to know, what the tensile strength is in the fabric for designing clothes and stuff like that. So we did a lot of those similar tests with the fabrics and stuff. But I remember after I was married, even my parents gave me a dollhouse, and I loved it. I got to do wallpaper, I got to do flooring, I got to do the bathrooms. I wired it for lighting, and then I had kids, and I put it in my attic, and now it's all falling apart. And I'm so sad because it's the really coolest thing. So we might have to come back out, Judy, and we can play with it.
I hope you renovate it. My grandmother built and designed dollhouses when I was a little kid.
So cool.
Don't you
Yeah,
have an
they're
empty
so
room or a
beautiful.
soon-to-be empty bedroom?
I do, but we've got beds in all of them, and people keep coming back.
Well, get rid of the beds and they won't come back.
Right.
But I don't want to lose my little
Feature it as a display in your
house. Yeah,
in your home.
I could. Don't. Ray will go like, "Oh no, please not." Who else is listening to us? I can't see who's that person on the bottom, Ming.
That's just a random. That's spam. So.
Oh,
But hey.
go away, Spammy. Nobody wants you, Spammy.
Even spam needs interior.
Even spam. Speaking of spam, have you seen the new commercial? You can fry up spam for dinner. It's like this really good-looking meal. I was like, I told Ray I was going to cook that for him next week. Anyway, I digressed again.
I had that a few times. My dad used to make
spam, spam.
Yeah, as a topic in a comedy, it's fantastic.
Right.
Well, isn't
an
wait, I'm
ingredient.
sorry. Isn't this a comedy?
Comedy of errors, perhaps.
Perhaps. You offer some really cool options, Judy, for your, designing. You offer, so say somebody's like, okay, I would love to have you come design my house, but that is not in my budget.
Right.
How can someone get your amazing knowledge, design, eye, thoughts, help with slippery floor tiling, that kind of thing, without necessarily being able to do the whole project?
Yeah, I do offer full services, but I also offer a la carte services and designer for a day.
What's designer for a day?
Designer for a day is when you want to do it yourself, but you need a little extra advice from an interior designer, from a professional who knows. And that can be done in different ways. Typically, I spend the day with you, or however many hours that you feel that you would need my help. I can come to your home if you'd like, or I can even go out to showrooms with you and help you go through and select the things that you're looking for.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's nice. I mean, some people just I feel pretty confident about this, but I just need to know, is it the right thing?
Right, because I'm of no help. When the installation, I'm good at. It's the
Yeah, you don't do
it's
the
pick-
designs part.
I'm good at vetoing.
Do you veto on color or do you veto on price?
not price,
No,
color
color.
or I'm not.
You'll say, I'll support whatever you do except if I don't like it.
No, I'll get involved. It's usually a joint project.
Yeah, well, yeah, oftentimes it is,
it's,
yes.
It's not that I said, okay, go out and find three things and I'll veto two of them. It's more we kind of I think we work collaboratively. My wife and I we collaborate a little bit. She kind of tells me what she's going for, and then I kind of think about, okay, I get it, and what do I think will work or not, and then we kind of go from there. But it's not.
And then Judy would come in and say, you're both wrong and you need this.
No, I think it's great that you guys take both of your thoughts into consideration and are able to compromise and come up with a solution. And that's kind of, if it's a little
you're
bit
both
about
gonna
what
live
I
in
would
this
do.
space,
is
yeah.
help someone navigate that, if one person liked one thing and another the other.
So you mentioned this was for an entire farmhouse. Do you do only full projects other than the a la carte, or will you design just a room or?
Just a room. This one was kitchen, living, and dining. But yeah, if you just wanted to do a bedroom, or if you have a basement that you want to, make into, a fun space or whatever, a living space, outdoor living.
Oh, I did see that in your notes.
that
Outdoor
is
living.
also
That is
included.
huge.
very popular now.
Yeah, even more so now than it used to be.
Right, and we have great resources for outdoor furniture. I mean, some really cool, beautiful outdoor furniture. And I think it's hard to find that in, the general stream of e-commerce furniture that we find out there.
Well, because I think that's where the knowledge comes in specifically, because you're dealing with so many different elements, depending on, something you may see down in Florida may be great, but it won't work here. So I think that's having your knowledge in that area and that space is huge. As the pandemic, we've seen outdoor spacing become so much more for people.
Right. And when you go shopping for it, because we did do a little of that last year, and you're kind of limited to what they have on the showroom floor, which may or may not what you want.
Right.
Gotta be close to what you want.
Right.
Or fit your space properly, or function the way that you need it to function. Yeah.
I just wish there was a way, without enclosing it, we could add air conditioning and heat. Well, heat we can. We know we can put the heaters up, and they work pretty well. Pretty well. But, it's the bugs and the heat that stop me from being out in my outdoor living space.
Right. Well, there's some ways to
bug
cool it
screen.
down.
And are there? Other than a pool?
Well, there's some nice outdoor fans and things like that you can
that
add.
would work.
Help a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, and it definitely helps with the bugs.
Right.
If the air's blowing, the bugs aren't coming.
Keep the circulation going.
Oh, good. Because I just recently seriously told Ray I want to redo the whole house, and then we want the outdoor space. So he's looking at me going, sure, keep dreaming, baby, keep dreaming.
So he's not a yes dear kind of guy.
Oh, no. When it comes to what it looks like, he is very much a yes dear because with my background in visual, I mean, I'm still very visual. I obviously make mistakes when it comes to things, as we've mentioned, but visually I'm pretty good, and he likes what I do. So if he really doesn't like it, he'll tell me. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's a banker. Yeah. Let's just put it that way. Finance is a big part of Jennifer's decisions to do projects. So yeah.
So Judy, do you have a studio, or do you normally just go work with folks wherever they are? Or do they come to you? Do you?
I go right to their house because I feel like it's the best way to really see the project and to be able to understand what their needs are. Mm-hmm. I meet with them in the home. We go through the space, and they tell me what they like, what they don't like about it, what they're looking to do, what their interests are, how they use the space, because that's really important. Who's using the space? How many people? Maybe if they want to entertain, how many people are you looking to entertain? Really diving in deep with them to understand their overall needs. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would be best done in their own home.
Right. And then also, too, when you show materials like this, it's also better to take it to their home because you can see it in the actual lighting conditions that are in their home. I have, in my office, I have a way of adjusting the color temperature of light so that I can see it in different, lighting conditions, like a natural light, a daylight, or something more incandescent, right? So, but to actually taking this to the space
and see
really
their natural
important.
light, their windows, how it flows in their whole house.
Right.
So we also had Greg Morlock from Tennessee say hello, and Marie Paperno say hello. So did you know we were all over the country? Do you know we have listeners in other states?
No idea.
Yes,
They're
we
not
do.
really listeners; they're family members.
Yeah, but he listens more than some of my local family members, so I always give him a shout out because I appreciate my cousin immensely.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, I guess, too, I could add we could do virtual design. That's an option.
There you go, Greg. Virtual design. Call Judy up.
There you go.
He just really wants to live up here
But
with me,
still,
but then he would lose
it's
his redneck jokes if he did that, so he can't live up here with me. So I always have this question because I was a graphic designer as well, in another life. I've had many lives in my adulthood, but how do you handle someone who has completely different taste than anything you would ever think of? Like, how have you learned to manage that? Do you turn the project away because you're not going to be happy with it, even though they might be? And how does that work? Because, I know you can't absolutely love everything if somebody has different tastes.
I have an example.
Oh, good. Go ahead. Let's hear your example, Tom.
So this was one of those design shows early on when they first started coming out. Not what we see, but there was a particular designer that she was redoing their living room fan, whatever they were doing. She painted the walls black, and then she glued pieces of straw on the walls.
Okay.
Judy's like,
I mean, we're watching this. And I was like, what the bleepity bleep is she doing? I mean, it was awful. And when the people showed up, they're like,
Oh my god.
it was awful.
So you're saying
This
that
was
was
the
the designer's taste.
But this was a TV designer, so it was one of those things where they told her, go way outside the norm. But that's,
yeah,
I can't imagine the homeowner said, yeah, I want my walls black with
straw. Yeah, so how do you in the reverse?
But if you came to my house and I said, look, I want black with pieces of straw.
How do you do that? Like then,
okay, whatever you want. Just kidding.
like then, are you able to wrap your head around their style, even though it's nothing? And are you usually happy with, like, has that happened to you? Or do you, in interviewing, realize, yeah, this is not going to be a right match. They're not going to be happy with me either. Like, how do you do that? I'm always curious.
I think everybody has their own unique style. Having a hospitality background, every hotel or cruise ship project, it all looks different. So you have to be able to adapt to different styles and understand that. So with homeowners, small business owners, it's the same thing. If they, I design to their style, I have my likes and what I like, but really it's about designing to the style. Now, also part of that is maybe it might not be, maybe you might think, oh, that's wild and that's out there. But if a designer carefully pulls it all together, it makes it work, right? If we use the principles of design and color and light and all of these things and put them together properly, harmony, rhythm, emphasis, proportion, it's all going to come together.
So even if you don't like it, you still have that feeling because
Right.
you've pulled it together to give it that cohesive feeling
Right.
of its design.
Right. But then there's too, studying history of furniture and art and
I was
everything.
going to say, can
and
you see them putting in a
architecture.
big, like, Queen Elizabeth couch or Queen Anne couch in the black with straws? Like, that would
Right.
not work at all.
Well, then that's when you have to say, wait a minute, I wouldn't do that. You know,
But I
maybe
wanted it. Was my mother's, and it's very important to me.
the straw.
I know we had
Oh, I just had a total new image for what I'm going to cheese way about when I get home this weekend. So, I was just thinking about this really cool design we could do.
I'm going to
Well,
recover
maybe
the couch
we
in
could collect
corduroy.
the straw and make something beautiful out
I'm
of
going
it.
to draw your face in straws, right? Oh, my. Judy's like, yeah, don't call me. I'm not coming for that project. Not coming for that project. Oh, so what other things, really awesome things, can you tell us? Oh, look, you did answer that question about your own design and own style, but everything, yeah.
Yeah, we do every different style. Something more traditional. Transitional is really popular right now. We could go a little bit
What's
more modern, contemporary. Transitional is kind of a mix between the classic, traditional, and the modern design, right? So it's a little bit simpler in its overall features, but then it has the finer details.
In the pieces.
Of like the leg of the sofa might be a finer detail. But we're not going hardcore back to traditional. It's kind of a melt.
Can I ask you a question? I've been doing it for an hour, so of course I can,
Yeah.
right? When you're trying to pick out a couch, okay, like if you're picking out a couch for a family room, not a formal sitting room, but a family room, right? And it's got to match color. It's got to be comfortable. It's like, I forgot kind of where I was going with that question. But I think, honestly, picking out a couch is harder than picking out a mattress. Picking out a couch, because it's got to look good. You want it to be comfortable, but it's got to be functional. Like, so many of the couches, the cushions look like crap after a year. They lose their support, and that's what you bought it for in the first place, because it was supportive. We just recently were lucky enough, somebody they were getting rid of it. It was practically brand new. I was in the need of it, but wasn't ready to buy a new couch. I have it. Well, it's great. And I thought it was going to be perfect. But the seating is really long, so my legs dangle. So when I try to bend my legs up, then the dog fights me. And then the dog's toys go underneath the couch. How do you what is your favorite way to buy a couch?
Well, first taking into consideration how the person using the sofa wants to feel. Do they want to be sitting more upright, or do they like to lounge back? Do they want to put their feet up on the sofa or lay down, or do they like a more prone position while they're watching TV or reading a book? But then it's also too, I think a lot of the mainstream furniture does not hold up and have the quality. And so it's about my, over the years, trying to find resources that have quality products, right? That they might not necessarily have a showroom or a store at every mall, but they're kind of hidden gems that we've found online in the trade where we can find quality products like that that are going to hold up. Companies that guarantee and warranty their product. We can even specify cushion types. You know, if you want a down cushion versus, you know, a foam cushion, all of these types of things. We also get into a lot of we could do custom work too, if that is something that someone's interested in, where we go in deep and we dig into what kind of foam and everything that we want to use.
Or you could make an appointment.
Would you? Yeah. I'm thinking like Ray's and then Ray's going, oh crap, there goes the project more. I should have said yes a year ago. Yes. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard. I mean, it's funny because when Ray and I first bought our house, we bought our first couch, and then since then, Ray's parents redecorate. That's the way we do everything. Ray's parents redecorate, and we get something new from them because they hardly use their stuff. That's how we get all of our cars. It's how we get everything, So Ray's parents would redecorate, and we'd take that. Neighbor next door was moving, hardly used. We took that, and we haven't bought something for ourselves in 31 years.
Oh, wow.
So we've just been recycling everybody else's used, but I also have a flopper in my family. I don't want to name names, but one of my family members is a flopper, which is a huge difference on a piece of furniture. So do I wait till the flopper's no longer there, or do I buy something, that can withstand the flopper and also we allow our pets on the couch.
Well, I don't know. I think life's worth living, so I think that you should go for it and get a quality.
Let my flopper flop?
Yeah.
And seeing as how you haven't paid for a couch in 31 years, you can get a really nice one. That's the finance guy telling the banker's wife, right?
He would kill me right now.
Buy a goddamn
couch. He would kill me.
It's a good thing. He's not watching.
It's a very good thing. He's way too busy at work to watch.
I'll text him when we're done.
Thanks. Jennifer threw you under the bus about the finances for decorating. Did you know that Jennifer just hired Judy for the entire house and backyard?
That's right. Let's start with the backyard.
Yeah, summer's coming. That's important too. Is the supply chain is still, it is. I mean, there's always been. I'm not going to go too much into that. But so get things going now. If you want to do any renovations to your home, if you want to buy new furniture, new outdoor furniture, new appliances, anything that you want to do, get the ball rolling as soon as possible because there's still really long lead times.
Yeah, everything is still really. The supply chains and everything is still really bad.
Right, and they're
and everybody used the reserve because during COVID, everybody was at home. They're like, oh, projects, and they all started doing everything. So they used whatever we had.
Right. Yeah.
I'm way behind the eight
ball. I'm
ball.
hoping that it will. I mean, typically speaking, generally, soft seating can take a little while anyway in the interior design industry if you want a quality piece of furniture where you're even going to be able to pick out your own fabric in most occasions, which is kind of nice so that you can get something that's well for
I want to
pets.
sit on the fur.
or you can get fur. Yeah.
I want to sit on the fur and have my walls be this. That's what I want to do. So, all right.
It'll be a
Judy,
small room that we put you in.
You're going to just put me in. Well, I have a really small little room that most people put. My family likes to put me in my little room very often. Mom, go over there and leave the rest of us alone. So if somebody wanted to find you, how do they find you, Judy?
Kaleidoscope Interior Design. My website is kidesignshop.com. I guess my phone number is 848-218-9462.
Okay. I hope they wrote that all down.
I hope so too.
Well, they can get it from the
Should I
chamber
say it?
website.
They
Also,
can
because
also
you're
get
a
it at
member.
emac.org on our member directory for sure.
Right.
That's-
Or remember the name Kaleidoscope? I'm in Middletown.
Ooh. And we almost pulled the entire tech
Set
table.
down.
Yes, we almost did. She almost just pulled your entire boards off the table, Ming.
Didn't see it.
At least it's at the
Yeah,
end.
he wasn't paying attention. Yeah. So, there, Ming put it up
thank you.
for us so we could look at it. I don't know if anybody can see it there. Can people see it when they're looking there or just us?
I can share it. Here, check it out.
Check out this. Ming is so fancy schmancy.
Yes, that's fantastic.
Oh, look at that. Shared on our Facebook page, live on our podcast. For the first time only, Kaleidoscope. First time only website, which happens to be Kaleidoscope today
Right.
on the thing. I should stop talking now, Tom. You close, baby.
I think we've had a great. Oh my goodness!
was
Look,
great.
see, we told you it would go fast.
It goes fast,
good.
right? You're not nervous anymore.
No, not at all. This was
So,
so fun.
those of you who want to do podcasts and are really nervous about it,
Do
you
it.
come in being nervous and then you're not nervous in 2 minutes. So it's great.
Right, you can't wait for us to shut up. But pretty much.
Us, that was nice of you to include yourself because you know we're all talking about me.
So yeah, we want to thank everybody that tuned in today.
Yep.
We want to thank our sponsor. We want to thank our big sponsors for the chamber, and check our website for the events that we have coming up.
Yeah.
And come see us.
Come see us. We'll see you all soon, and we will be back here March 4th, I believe, or I don't know. We'll be back in March. Look at the website and tell you
Yeah,
when we're
yeah.
coming. Yeah.
Read your emails.
All right. Read your emails. Look at your constant contact, people. All right. Thank you guys very much, everybody. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.